the attack by Hamas, the military attack. And let's call it what it is. It was the most professionally executed large-scale raid carried out by a light infantry force in modern history. Now, the Israelis will say it's an act of terrorism. No, it was a military assault against legitimate military targets. What about the 1,400 dead? Well, most of them were soldiers. And of the civilians, estimated 80% of those civilians were killed by the Israelis themselves. We now know that the Apache helicopters fired indiscriminately against the people trying to flee for their lives from the crossfire that had ensued between Hamas fighters and Israeli security forces, that the Apache helicopters couldn't differentiate between them, so they killed everybody. We now know that the Israeli police forces, their special forces hostage rescue team, Yaman, when recapturing Be'eri, was in communications with hostages who said, we're in this building, they're ready to surrender, and they made the option to fire in with tank runs and kill everybody anyways, that the majority of the people who died the majority of the civilians who died that day were killed by Apache helicopters, Merkava tanks, or Israeli Defense Force, panicked Israeli Defense Force. This was a military assault carried out by Hamas to achieve political objectives. War isn't essential politics by other means. And so it's legitimate for them to do this. And as I just told you, it appears that they're well on their way to achieve all political objectives of this operation. This will go down as one of the greatest victories for the Palestinian cause in the history of the Palestinian cause, because of what Hamas did, there's a real possibility or probability of there being a Palestinian state. On October 6th, there was no possibility of that. Today, it's there only because of Hamas.